Unfortunately, I have to make another video here, and I'm tired of it.
Spoiler alert theory, and I know this might be genuinely shocking news, but you don't have to make another video on it if you don't want to. But just like how I'm making another video on you theory, I know that it will get views and I'm interested in the situation, just like you know covering an Andor controversy where you're one of the people in controversy, you know it will get you views and you're kind of interested in it. If you have no idea what's going on in this situation, you have just stumbled upon it, I highly recommend you go and watch my 2 videos covering the initial situation and then theory's response to better grasp what's going on, and then come back later to watch this video. But if you know what's been going on in this situation, you know Star Wars Theory has been kicking up a bit of a fuss about a most recent Andor episode and the Andor show in general, but how it's dealt with a topic like SA.
And outs the behind the scenes and the character analyzation from the books and the movies and the comics, I am definitely one of the most knowledgeable when it comes to the first 6 movies.
Because of that, throughout these videos, Star Wars Theory thought it gave him the right to blatantly ignore what people were saying, misinterpret it, not really understand, and say some of the most wildest and wackiest shit that you've ever heard. I do want to thank the comments who alerted me to this and wanted me to cover the most recent development in this, but Theory has stated in an unrelated video that he wants to stop covering Andor and watching the show.
What's up, guys? Quick video here, and if you're watching this, I'm probably live streaming right now on the gaming channel, which is called Theories Arcade. So, I am not doing Andor anymore. It is not for me.
Which is, look, fair enough. If it's not a show for him, he's not enjoying it, of course, he does not have to watch it or cover it. It's completely up to him what he watches and what he covers for his own YouTube channel. And if you are trying to push back on that point of him just not even wanting to watch the show, then that is a little bit absurd. That is completely up to him. I've seen a bit of pushback from his hardcore fans who are just disappointed that he won't be covering this Star Wars project, which I think's a little bit understandable.
If it's for you, all the power to you. Enjoy it, have fun. The Gorman Massacre is coming up, and that's probably going to be pretty badass. But anyways, it's not for me, so I'm moving on.
It's really funny and ironic because Star Wars Theory is being incredibly mature here. He's saying to his audience, look, it doesn't matter if I don't like it and I don't watch the show. You know, if you get some enjoyment out of it, that's great. You know, you watch it, there's some good stuff coming up that you're probably going to enjoy, but it's just not for me. Which is a response that Star Wars Theory should have had the whole time, and it very much seems like he's more calm and composed here. And if it was just genuinely this, the video would have ended by now. Like, I would have even been making this video because there'd be no point. This is a positive. I probably would have made a community tab saying, you know, this is a good addressal, this is a good little mini response at the start of another video. But he decided to beef in the comments with a few people that we're about to look at, and then go and make another video about it. For like every mature and, you know, normal take that this guy has, he has to post an equally insane and erratic take. I understand not liking Andor. I don't understand covering the previous awful shows in full, but not this one. And the other ones were so bad, yet you covered them. He's been burned. How do you not understand? He's learning from those crappy experiences. And these are common comments that I've seen on the video, asking, you know, you covered bad Star Wars shows like The Acolyte before, what's the difference with covering another bad one like Andor? And the difference is that he's got into a pretty big controversy here, even more so than his controversies with The Acolyte. Andor fan base is different. If I have an opinion, regardless what it is, I'm told I'm wrong. I'm just not interested in giving my take on such a show with a rabid, angry fan base where I must like the show. I'm good, I will pass. I do find this incredibly funny, right? Because not one fan, one person is telling him he has to enjoy this show, that he has to like this show. People are critiquing him for public opinions that he's had on the show because a lot of the disingenuous comments he's making are genuinely absurd. If you make a public statement about something, yeah, people can say something about it and critique you. Nobody's saying you have to enjoy this show or, you know, even like it. And it's not even about your opinions, it's about how arrogant you've been, how you're not listening to others, and how deranged you've been in regards to the controversy around Andor. So yeah, that's why you don't want to cover it, and to just kind of put it down to angry Andor fans that are just insane is a little bit low. Again, the major thing with Star Wars Theory, especially that we've covered pretty recently, is Theory has this huge victim mentality and complex, that he's the big victim here, that he's done nothing, and that a lot of people just hate him and are actively aggressive to him for no reason. He's got this weird victim mentality. But without further ado, everyone, let's watch Star Wars Theory's 4-minute video arguing with people and talking about Andor. Let's dive straight into this and see what he's got to say.
Unfortunately, I have to make another video here, and I'm tired of it. Like, look, I made a video announcing I'm doing a Revenge of the Sith watch party, that I won't be covering Andor anymore, and the comments prove me right, my point right about why I don't want to cover it. They're all essentially the same comments, and saying that you won't watch this, but you'll watch The Acolyte, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, the reason I don't want to watch the show is not necessarily because of the show all that much. It's because of the fandom around
And
it.
that's because you got critiqued to oblivion, and half of it wasn't even quote-unquote Andor fans. This is just an excuse not to cover it because you got critiqued so heavily by the internet as a whole. You were incredibly egotistical, you made weird comparisons about weird scenes, you spoke about Darth Vader like he's above any of this stuff, like you know him personally. It just came across as really weird and very, very funny, and very critique-worthy. You say something stupid publicly online, expect to get critiqued and made fun of for it. That is just what the internet is. Nobody is going to stop you from disliking this show, shitting on this show, having a negative and critical opinion about that show. Those are your opinions and you are free to have them, like other people are free to critique your opinions on them and what you've said about it. That's just how discourse like this works. That is a completely socially acceptable thing. But people are calling you out because you're genuinely being insane about it.
And these comments just prove me stepping away from the show right. Any opinion I have, I'm wrong. Any opinion I have, I'm shat on for it.
Okay, here comes Star Wars theories, victim mentality, and victim complex again. This is simply not what's happening. You're giving an opinion on a show, and somebody's giving their opinion back, disagreeing with you. That's how internet discourse about shows and media or whatever you're covering works. Not every single person is going to agree with your opinion, and they're going to say their opinion back and try and have a conversation about it, have a dialogue, and maybe even have an argument about it because they don't agree with you. It doesn't mean that they're out to get you or every opinion you have is getting shat on by every single person. If you're being reasonable with your opinions, how you're conducting them, how you're phrasing them, then you're not going to get loads of people shitting on you. It's just because you're being genuinely insane and erratic over how you're voicing your opinions on Andor, specifically how disingenuous you're being with this whole SA thing. And it's not just Andor fans and other people that dislike you that are seeing that. It's easy for me to say this because I haven't liked Star Wars Theory or his content in ages, but his fans are also saying similar things. This isn't just one or two people that don't like Theory and are big Andor fans. This is also his own audience telling him similar things.
Any opinion I have, I get ratioed. Fuck it. Why do I need to watch this show? I don't need to watch it. I'm just going to go and watch Revenge of the Sith with my community that wants to watch that. If you want to watch Andor or the Teletubbies or whatever, go ahead.
Firstly, I think it's very clear that Star Wars Theory is butthurt that a lot of people critiquing him are getting more views, likes, and coverage than he is. It's very clear with this ratio comment that that is something that has definitely got under his skin. And secondly, yeah, Theory, you can watch and do anything. If you want to watch Revenge of the Sith with your audience, that's something that you can entirely do. Nobody has to watch the Andor series or even like it, but that's not a point of contention or something anybody's arguing.
Man, more power to you. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. I don't have to watch it, and I don't have to review it. Because anytime I do, I just get shit on. What for? Because I said I don't want to see rape in Star Wars, that I don't feel it belongs. That if you want to put that in there, you can have it implied, but maybe cut away.
You weren't getting critiqued because you had an issue with the scene. It was how disingenuous you were being, how absurd you were being, these insane comparisons, and the fact you just didn't quite get what people were getting at, and saying that people wanted to sit there and gawk and watch it and, enjoy it. You heavily over-exaggerated what the actual scene was, which led a lot of people that initially saw your tweet to think it was 10 times worse than what was actually in the show. A lot of people were calling you out for being disingenuous like that. The fact he just still can't kind of get around his head around that publicly or even say that and he's still in this victim mentality is a little bit shocking to me. I don't know why he just hasn't stopped talking about this show already. If you have no interest in covering Andor and don't want to, why are you making another video responding to the hate and criticism that you are getting in your comments about it? Just move on at this point. You've already said this stuff on live streams, in previous videos, on Twitter. There is no need for this. And I think the reason that he is yet again covering this is because he knows he will get views and attention from this, even if it is maybe negative.
And I get literally shit on for that, for saying that, because I don't want to see rape or sexual assault. Please, by all means, go enjoy. Enjoy your show because of its realism or whatever it might be. Maybe there's something I don't understand there. Fine, whatever you want to think.
At least how he's been vocalizing it publicly and what he's been saying, it still just doesn't sound like he understands why people were actually arguing for the scene in the first place. It wasn't that it makes it a more grounded, real experience when it's meant to be Star Wars. That just wasn't the argument. It's like Star Wars Theory is running with one part of the argument or something that he's seen a few people say and has twisted that narrative.
I don't need to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it because of this kind of reaction. Where if I watch it, I'm damned. If I don't watch it, I'm damned. Make up your minds. What do you want me to do?
I mean, a lot of the criticism you're getting about not watching it comes from your fans directly being confused at why you wouldn't want to watch it, and it's very clear that it's just because of the hate that you are receiving. You've made it so very clear about If you don't want to watch the show or cover the show, you don't have to. You can just simply not watch it. You are not obliged to watch it. That is not something that anybody is forcing you or making you do. It's just your fans genuinely getting confused at why you're deciding not to. That just wasn't coming across very clear to them.
If you don't want me in the Andor community of reviewing it, then this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm stepping away, but and now that's a problem? What? This is exactly why. So anyways...
Again, if you read the large majority of those comments, they're people that watch Theory's videos that are just confused about why he's stepping away. The reaction to a lot of people online about Theory not reviewing Andor and not wanting to continue watching it is mainly positive. People that either understand or just don't want him to cover it if he hasn't got anything positive to say about it.
You know, respectfully, enjoy your show. I don't have to watch this. I don't want to watch it. The fandom around it is an interesting one where, for some reason, if you dislike the show or you don't vibe with literally every nuance in there, then you are the worst person on the planet.
Again, that just seems incredibly disingenuous when you are being called out for a very specific reason for how you were talking about the scene in question and how disingenuous we're being. You were being called out and critiqued for several different reasons. It's not because you didn't like the show. Like, why are we spinning this narrative? And trust me, I'm not acting like there probably wasn't a few people that were criticizing him just for simply not liking the show. There's definitely people like that online for literally everything. But that isn't the main sentiment that was going around. That isn't what people were massively critiquing him for or going at him for, and to say that is a little bit absurd.
I'm not interested. I don't like the show. I don't see Tony Gilroy's vision. I mean, the guy himself literally said that he doesn't like Star Wars. It's on YouTube. You can go find the freaking clip. I'm not into it, man. I like Krennic. I like a lot of some of the characters in there, but I don't like the fandom around it that just shits on me. Like last year, what was it? A few years ago with the bricks and screws. Listen, I can't expect everyone to read the things I've read with the behind the scenes or have the friends that I have that have worked on the original Star Wars film.
I can't believe it. I genuinely, when people recommended me to watch this, I didn't get it up until this point, right? I genuinely didn't understand why people wanted me to cover this video. I was more than happy to break down his thoughts and opinions, but he wasn't saying anything that he hadn't said before, and I was genuinely confused why he made this video in the first place and why people wanted me to cover it. That clip alone has made me realise why people want me to cover it. He's mentioned the bricks and screws thing, which he's been proved wrong on several times, but his ego just can't comprehend that, and he's got to say, you know, I've got friends here and here and here, you haven't read the things that I have or seen the things that I have. Man, there are screws and bricks in Star Wars. Calm down.
You're not supposed to have screws in Star Wars. You're not supposed to have, like, brick walls that we would see in everyday life. Those things don't exist.
It's genuinely great, and I will never get over that clip. I just will never get over it. There's so many clips out there like it of Star Wars Theory, because he's genuinely so egotistical and gets so caught up in his own opinions, he just says the most absurd things ever.
And the things that they've heard from George, Ralph McQuarrie included, and the people who take care of him, and how he had to draw everything not from this galaxy, from a different galaxy, from a galaxy far, far away, that if you put anything like a screw or brick that looks like from a construction site in there, you're immediately going to be brought into this world.
See, I don't know what he's talking about here, because some of his favourite movies, the prequels, have these said bricks and screws. But I'm assuming he didn't get taken at the moment when he saw him. I'm assuming he didn't go, yeah, I know that guy, the bricklayer down the road, Dave did that. I'm assuming he didn't get taken out of the moment from seeing it. I don't think anyone would. I think that's just a little bit insane. It's not like you're filming it in downtown London, America, or, you know, in locations where you would recognize. You are seeing bricks and screws. Nobody's getting taken out of the film because of that.
Where that's not the point. George wanted everything to be out of this world. And so I made that one point and it was clipped into oblivion and then turned into as if I'm some retard. I'm not interested.
I hate to break it to you, man. If you're a public figure online and you say something that's maybe a little bit dumb, a little bit out there absurd, and it's pretty funny, people are going to clip that and post that, and they've got every right to. It's a very funny clip. I don't know why you can't just accept that and move on. Bringing this up makes you look 10 times worse, for one as well, because it has no relevance to the actual situation we are talking about.
It's an interesting fandom around it. All respect to you guys. Enjoy your show. Leave me alone. I don't need to watch it. I'm going to go watch Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, dude. I'll see you in Tales of the Underworld. Enjoy your show. Leave me alone.
People are going to critique you because you're a public figure, you have opinions, people are going to disagree with those opinions, that's just how it is. And I don't know what he thought was going to happen when he posted this video. Did he think that he looked good in this video? That this video was a well-rounded, sounded video? If you don't want to watch Andor, you don't want to review it, you don't want to talk about it, that is completely your prerogative. You don't have to do that, nobody's going to force you to. I mean, myself, I've watched the first 3 episodes of the most recent series of Andor, but, you know, I probably won't watch the next few for the next couple of months while I'm busy doing things and watching other shows. That's my prerogative, no one's going to get on my ass for that. That's something that I just want to do. Just like you don't want to review it. Nobody cares if you don't want to do that. But it's very clear, at least to me, that a lot of the hate and criticism that Star Wars Theory has been receiving over Andor and a lot of his opinions of recently has definitely been getting to him. He very much seems down here, which, you know, I'm going to be positive here, right? Just keep your chin up, move on. You don't have to review things if you don't want to. You know, there's no point addressing it like this because it just creates more issues for you. Just move on, right? Like, do not do stuff like this. This makes it 10 times worse. But everybody watching, what was your thoughts on this? Please feel free to comment down below. And once you're down there, you might as well subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a future upload. This will probably be my last Star Wars Theory video around the Andor subject. You know, we'll see you again in a year.